Have you ever wondered what it would be like to connect with someone from the past? What if one simple phone call could change everything? In the call, two women from different times discover that their lives are intertwined in ways they could never have imagined. Buckle up, because this psychological thriller will take you on a roller coaster ride of emotions, twists, and heart-stopping moments. This story takes us on a chilling journey where one call changes everything for two women living 20 years apart, but connected by a phone that ties their lives and destinies together. So, grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's jump into this intense story. We start with our main character, Seo Yun, who returns to her rural family home. She's dealing with grief and estrangement, having lost her father recently, and her relationship with her mother is strained. As she explores the old house, she finds a mysterious cordless phone. This setting upsets her at first, and there's a lingering sense of something dark in the air. Right away, we sense Seo Yun's loneliness and pain as she settles into her childhood home, a place now filled with memories and regret. One evening, while Seo Yun is alone, the phone rings. She answers it, and on the other end is a frantic young woman named Young Suk, who seems desperate and afraid. Seo Yun brushes it off, thinking it's a prank call, but over the next few days, the calls continue, and Young Suk's pleas for help become hard to ignore. Finally, Seo Yun realizes something bizarre. Young Suk is calling from 1999, 20 years in the past. As Seo Yun and Young Suk talk more, they discover they're both living in the same house, but in different years. Seo Yun in 2019, Young Suk in 1999. They share stories about their lives, their families, and their struggles, growing closer through their shared isolation. Seo Yun, who feels neglected and misunderstood, finds an unexpected friend in Young Suk. Despite the time gap, there's a sense of trust and empathy building between them. During one of their conversations, Seo Yun mentions that her father died in a tragic fire when she was young. Moved, Young Suk offers to help change the past. She goes back to the day of the accident and warns Seo Yun's father in time to prevent the tragedy. The next day, Seo Yun wakes up to a completely different reality. Her father is alive, and her family is whole again. It's a moment of overwhelming joy for Seo Yun, who now sees Young Suk as a miracle worker and a dear friend. But things take a dark turn. Seo Yun begins to notice unsettling signs from Young Suk. As Seo Yun does some research, she learns that Young Suk was raised by a stepmother obsessed with shamanic rituals. Young Suk was often abused, forced into rituals to cleanse her spirit, and kept isolated. Seo Yun starts feeling uneasy, sensing that Young Suk's life is far from stable. In one horrifying moment, Young Suk's stepmother discovers the connection with Seo Yun, convinced that Young Suk is cursed. Her stepmother tries to perform a brutal exorcism. Pushed to her limit, Young Suk snaps and kills her stepmother in a fit of rage. This act of violence marks the start of Young Suk's descent into darkness. Seo Yun realizes that she may have unleashed a dangerous force into the past. After killing her stepmother, Young Suk grows increasingly obsessed with Seo Yun's life. In 2019, she becomes enraged when she discovers that Seo Yun has been lying to her, revealing some details while hiding others. Young Suk feels betrayed, and her tone changes. She becomes possessive, hostile, and terrifyingly manipulative. She even threatens Seo Yun, saying she could hurt Seo Yun's younger self if Seo Yun doesn't obey her commands. As Seo Yun tries to cut off communication, Young Suk retaliates by targeting Seo Yun's family and friends in the past. With each act of violence, Seo Yun's present reality grows darker. People around her disappear, and her entire history is rewritten by Young Suk's actions in 1999. Seo Yun becomes desperate, helplessly watching her world fall apart. Determined to escape Young Suk's influence, Seo Yun comes up with a risky plan. She decides to manipulate Young Suk, feeding her false information about her own life to buy herself time. In a crucial move, Seo Yun alerts her mother in the past, hoping her mother will interfere with Young Suk's plans. The stakes are high as Seo Yun tries to outwit the increasingly unhinged Young Suk. In a climactic showdown, Young Suk confronts Seo Yun's younger self in the past, intent on ending her life. But just in time, Seo Yun's mother intervenes, fighting Young Suk to protect her daughter. It's a heart-stopping struggle that ultimately leads to Young Suk's downfall. As Young Suk is defeated, Seo Yun's present reality stabilizes, and she finally finds peace, thinking she's free from Young Suk's grip. But the movie doesn't end there. In the final moments, Seo Yun receives one last call. The voice on the other end is familiar. It's Young Suk, alive and as menacing as ever. The haunting ending leaves us wondering if Young Suk's influence truly ended or if the nightmare will continue in an endless cycle that binds their lives together across time. The Call is an intense, mind-bending exploration of time, fate, and consequences. With each choice Seo Yun and Young Suk make, their lives become more entangled, showing how the smallest actions can echo across time with devastating effects. This story is a reminder of how our past shapes us, and sometimes, even an attempt to escape it can pull us deeper into its grip. Thanks for joining us on this journey through The Call. Be sure to subscribe for more breakdowns of the most twisted tales out there.